Hey everybody, I couldn't make the meeting today, but I wanted to keep you updated on some advocacy work I'm doing in my hometown of Bremerton, Washington. So most recently, I've been urging my city council and mayor to reconsider an amendment that they are discussing to the current anti-camping ordinance that we have. A loophole was discovered and many jurisdictions are creating these timeframes when you can and cannot be homeless, or else you risk fines or imprisonment. Lakewood, Washington recently passed such an ordinance, basically bypassing the Ninth Circuit Court ruling. Over the past few months, I've been diligently presenting my case, highlighting the unconstitutional nature of these ordinances. And just for some background, in 2018, the Martin versus Boise case, the Ninth Circuit Court deemed that those anti-camping ordinances were cruel and unusual punishment. They're effectively criminalizing homelessness without providing alternative options, such as shelters or supportive services, sort of forcing jurisdictions to create those resources. So advocates like you guys and me need to shift the focus from these punitive measures to proactive solutions. It's totally within our power to make a meaningful difference in the lives of these unhoused people. I have been proving that for many years. Just follow my social media, particularly the Bremerton Homeless Community Coalition Facebook page, and you can learn more there. So this same ruling was upheld in the Johnson versus Grants Pass, Oregon case in 2022, but lots of cities are fighting back very hard, not wanting to provide shelters or services to help their people. So some are now heading to Supreme Court right now, citing the liberal nature of the Ninth Circuit Court. About me, for the past 17 years, I've dedicated myself to working with the unhoused community and witnessing firsthand the very many complex challenges that they can face. So now, a new troubling and very dangerous situation has entered this mix within the past 6 months in my town of Bremerton. A very troubling shift has occurred in the culture and demographic of my city streets. I have spent countless hours along Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way. It's a street in my town where the largest tent city developed after the homeless shelter in the same block was closed in May when the COVID funding stopped. I have been witnessing the increasing number of tents and the rising crime rates and the rising overdoses of fentanyl. It's become very evident that a new drug dealer and gangs have infiltrated this particular street, and they're threatening the safety and well-being of both the unhoused and the housed community in that area. Drawing from experiences in other jurisdictions like Pierce County and King County, I am sure you, as well as I, can attest to the detrimental impact that these infiltrations can have on the neighborhood of the housed and the unhoused people that we've been serving all these years. I have discovered one dominant dealer that has emerged on this MLK Way street, and he's exerting control and creating fear among the unhoused people, and he essentially owns them after he gets them onto fentanyl and then forces them into participating in so many of these illicit activities that businesses and neighbors are saying they're doing. And when I say fear, I mean people are getting brutally attacked. Men are beating up women. Nobody's calling 911. They hide in their tents. And then on July 12th, a homeless man was found dead and burnt up in his tent a short walk down the road over at Evergreen Park. The dealer and the people that he owns, he also has weapons like pistols. So despite sending so many photos and intelligence to the local law enforcement agencies, as well as the city mayor and the council, all of those pleas have fallen on deaf ears. It's in this moment of total neglect that we must, as a community, must reclaim our street. That's how we're gonna take this on. I'm seeing thousands of fentanyl pills being passed around down there every week, and they're selling for $2 each. People that I have worked with for years, and we're finally reaching teenagers, all of these women and men and elderly people down there. The dealers are providing more comfort to those people than their own community is. So currently, my community is actively mobilizing. We're contacting everybody we can think of. So every church, every advocate, every pastor, all the members of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous community, going to their meetings and trying to build an army of those people. Business owners, former gang members are helping me in providing security, former addicts, and the unhoused people themselves, if they're not in that neighborhood, because if they're seen doing that, there's consequences that they'll face there with the dealer. So together, we're working on establishing a safety net and providing viable options for the unhoused people and those that are residing nearby. And despite facing threats from the drug dealers and their runners that they call sheep and gang members, the police and the city has failed to offer support. So we've decided that it falls upon the community to take a decisive action and reclaim our street before it gets out of hand. It's only one block right now. So for nearly 7 straight years, I've been speaking up to my city leaders and the police, personally texting them, emailing them, calling them, and I promise it's all falling on deaf ears. Even with this incredibly immense amount of evidence that I've presented, and there's people volunteering to testify or even purchase drugs with police money and go undercover for them, the responses are always that they don't have enough staff and that certain departments don't exist anymore, that their hands are tied, that the cameras don't work anymore, and on and on and on and on. So in this endeavor, we are super fortunate to have the support of that Canadian artist who I mentioned to you guys previously. So he has overcome addiction and being unhoused himself. He basically epitomizes the transformation we're trying to achieve. He's totally willing to assist us with creating logos and t-shirts and posters that symbolize the unity and resilience that my community possesses. By offering the struggling community members far more than the drug dealers and the gangs ever could, we can restore safety, harmony, and more pride in that neighborhood, and that's our goal. Our mission, though, extends beyond reclaiming our streets. It encompasses compassion, support, and empowerment of the unhoused. We have the opportunity to redirect resources that are going towards increasing the prison population to implementing programs that really assist those in need by investing in shelters, supportive services, and rehabilitation initiatives. We can totally break the cycle of homelessness and ultimately save lives and a lot of money. I would like to encourage each and every one of you to build your own coalition in your own neighborhood or join ours in a pursuit of a healthier community. We want to be the catalyst for change and create a much brighter future for all of us. So come and join us, or you can follow our page and see how we're doing it and help your own community out, because I know that if we work together and mobilize and organize better, there's enough resources that we could really make a dent in this issue. That's all for now. Thank you, everyone. Have a great meeting.